The era of quiet diplomacy is over. For decades, African leaders were expected to follow the rules written in Western capitals. But in 2026, the script has been flipped. From the halls of the United Nations to the powerful inner circle of the G20, a new generation of African statesmen is standing tall, demanding respect, reclaiming resources, and putting Africa first. Today, we profile the 10 African presidents who are officially rewriting the global rules of power. Number 10, President Duma Boko, Botswana. We start with the man who is turning Botswana's diamond success into a digital revolution. At the 2026 World Government Summit, President Boko sent a clear message. Africa is no longer just a source of raw materials. By prioritizing intellectual property and youth innovation, Boko is ensuring that Botswana's future isn't decided by foreign mining boards, but by African digital natives. Number 9, President Julius Maada, Sierra Leone. President Bayo has become the continent's leading voice for human capital sovereignty. At the UN, he has consistently challenged the global order to recognize Africa's demographic dividend. His message is simple. If the 21st century belongs to the young, then it belongs to Africa. He is forcing the world to see Sierra Leone not as a developing nation, but as a strategic global talent hub. Number 8, President Daniel Chapo, Mozambique. The new face of Mozambique is playing a high-stakes game of energy security. With massive LNG projects at stake, President Chapo has refused to let foreign interests dictate Mozambique's security terms. By balancing partnership between East and West, he is proving that African nations can protect their assets while maintaining full sovereign control over their natural gas. Number 7, President Bassirou Diomaye Faye, Senegal. Representing the new guard of West Africa, President Faye has taken a firm stance on monetary and resource sovereignty. By auditing mining contracts and pushing for a more independent regional currency, he is challenging the post-colonial financial structures that have held the region back for over half a century. Number 6, President Abdel Fattah El-Sisi, Egypt. In 2026, Egypt remains the indispensable gatekeeper. President El-Sisi has mastered the art of geopolitical leverage. From the Red Sea to the Mediterranean, he has made it clear that no global trade or security arrangement can exist without Cairo's approval. He isn't just following global rules, he is the one setting the price for regional stability. Number 5. President Paul Kagame, Rwanda. Kagame continues to be the blueprint for African agency. Whether it's sending Rwandan troops to stabilize regional conflicts or leading the charge on African Union reform, Kagame's Rwanda model proves that a small nation can exert massive global influence through sheer discipline and diplomatic audacity. Number 4. President Félix Tshisekedi, DR Congo. The DRC is no longer just a country. In 2026, it is the solution nation. President Tshisekedi has used his country's dominant control over cobalt and copper to force a mineral diplomacy shift. At the Washington Accords, he made it clear, the world's green transition will happen on Africa's terms, or it won't happen at all. Number 3. President William Ruto, Kenya, the climate commander of Africa. President Ruto has successfully shifted the global climate conversation from African vulnerability to African opportunity. By hosting the Africa Climate Summit and pushing for a global carbon tax, he has forced the West to view Africa as a green industrial powerhouse, not a victim of environmental change. Number 2. President Emmerson Mnangagwa, Zimbabwe. A veteran of sovereignty, President Mnangagwa's 2026 doctrine is blunt. We do not need to please others, we do what is good for ourselves. By engaging with the West and the East on equal footing and refusing to back down on land and resource ownership, he remains one of the most defiant voices against external interference in African affairs. Number 1. President Cyril Ramaphosa, South Africa. Taking the top spot is the man who led the first ever G20 summit on African soil. Under the theme of solidarity, equality and sustainability, President Ramaphosa has used South Africa's G20 presidency to officially integrate the African Union into the world's most powerful economic room. In 2026, Ramaphosa isn't just representing South Africa, he is the chief negotiator for 1.4 billion people, ensuring that Ubuntu diplomacy is now the new global standard. The world is in a state of flux, and for the first time in history, Africa is the one holding the compass. These 10 leaders are proving that when Africa speaks with one voice, the world has no choice but to listen. But who do you think is the most influential leader on this list? Is there a president we missed who is standing up for African sovereignty? Let us know in the comments.